Unit 32. Designing idents for television. Design. Density of information. The idents function is to identify a channel. Over the years, idents have adapted to new technology and evolved a great deal. Started from the first television ident on BBC in 1953, allowing viewers to identify the channel. Space and time. An ident's purpose is to inform, whether this is informing the audience of what programs to expect or to identify what type of channel it is they're watching. The time idents are shown depends on their intention. Idents shown early in the morning which won't have many viewers, are more likely to have longer play times to fill up unoccupied advertisement slots, compared to an ident that is shown around tea time, say this is about 6 p.m, are more likely to be shorter and could be filled with more information about upcoming programs. Interaction with viewers. Some idents might advertise interaction features for their audience, such as BBC's iPlayer, or for an audience to follow a news station on social media to get the latest news. This can build a stronger bond with their audience and can also give them feedback on how to adapt to keep growing as the TV industry also grows. Purpose. Creating corporate identity. An identity helps creating a brand in a range of different locations, such as different countries. A consistent identity across different channels, such as the BBC, helps establish a corporate identity. This has become increasingly useful for online platforms such as the BBC iPlayer, BBC Learning, BBC Weather and BBC Food, and so forth, as you can see at the bottom right. Packaging and repackaging. Other idents are used to promote large events or for a new series of upcoming programs, such as BBC One, The Ballroom, Strictly Come Dancing 2009 ident.
Starring Kylie,
As you can see there, the BBC ident has been blended in to a common feature seen in Strictly Come Dancing. Organising the schedule. The ident plays a big role in scheduling for channels. Not only there to fill gaps for scheduling when channels don't have any other adverts to play, needing to fill time before the next program. Also provides key information for an audience about the next program. This is also designed to keep the viewer watching the channel. Segmentation of the schedule. Non-commercial channels like the BBC don't have time between programs, unlike commercial channels like ITV and Channel 4, which advertisement provides. Idents are then used to provide information, promote a variety of programming, and to help with regulated scheduling. Marketing. An ident can be used as a promotional tool to improve sales or increase views. An example, advertising a controversial drama on an upcoming soap opera from the ITV Christmas ident 2012. As you can see there, ITV have incorporated a kissing moment which I can only presume to be quite dramatic, as they've incorporated it into their Christmas tree. Opportunities. Corporate identity. A corporate identity has to be iconic and quite recognisable, especially for the ident, which allows them to connect with their audience. Idents can explain what the corporation or channel is all about, such as news entertainment. The better or more interesting and impressive an ident is, creates a better identity for the company. Appealing to a target audience. Channel idents adapt to the target audience of the channel. With more channels being introduced allows for stations to target more specific audiences. Idents can help an audience to understand what programs were featured on the channel. A channel's target audience are defined by their age, gender and interest. More opportunities. The branding of content. Channels that build brands is vitally important, and ident helps endorse a brand of a particular channel, allowing for an audience to be familiar with the logo and style of channel. This encourages the audience to stay loyal to the channel and more likely to watch the channel. An example of this is E4.
The look on your face when I'm stripped to my waist, and the gleam in your eye when I show you my thighs says you love me. Whoa.
Opportunities. Creation of tone. Idents have the ability to inform an audience what the channel is about. Idents are designed to appeal to the target audience. Examples are CBBS and CBBC. Have different idents that are appropriate for the different age groups they're catered to. Another example is BBC 4, which features more factual and informative programming, meaning the intentional ident reflects those programs. Limitations. Typography. The size of a font might be visually impairing for an audience. The font size might also be too small, incorrect, and might also containing incorrect information is also a possibility. The style might also not be appealing for the target audience. Other limitations such as aspect ratio. The aspect ratio is the size ratio that screens use as measurements. Having the wrong ratio can lead to having idents that appear stretched, squashed, or cut off. Different aspect ratios are needed since not everyone has the same size screen when viewing. Other limitations are the duration. The duration of the ident depends on its purpose. The purpose of the ident would be for information, for long duration to fit all the info in. Other limitations of the entertainment. If the ident ends up being too short or too long, this could be quite boring for the viewer and possibly lead them to find another channel which is more entertaining. On the creative communication, pushing technology. Idents that use modern technology are more likely to attract a modern audience. Using modern technology can allow idents to use effects to stand out from other more simple idents. Impressive idents can also suggest a more pleasant viewing experience for the audience. Also, creating idents to work with future technology such as apps and tablets allow for a wider audience, meaning more views. Examples of pushing technology is the Sky Movies Premiere HD UK ident. Creative communication, non-visual audience. Some idents can also be aimed towards non-visual audiences. An example of a non-visual audience could be the elderly that might not be interested in the usual visuals. The use of interesting sound paired with bright clothes that are extravagant. This also has the ability to attract a larger audience. An example of this is E4's ident. The use of bright colours, interesting sounds, and imaginative scenarios may even attract an elderly audience who may have not experienced or seen something like this. And that is the end of my presentation.